Hi and welcome to this new moon reading. This new moon is in Leo, and as I said before, during the Cancer and the Capricorn moon cycles, this is quite a time of tension because Uranus and Mars are on the North Node on a T-square with Saturn, and during this new moon it is in a T-square with Saturn and Mercury in Leo. And it is building, and also Pluto is also in a position to this new moon, so it is quite a theme around power struggle, around entitlement, around emotional outbursts. And this is also what I see in the cards with Kuan Yin, with Nightmare, with Walking the Talk, with Challenge, and the extra card Tuatha Te Danann. And to me, this energy of Kuan Yin, this energy of compassion starts with ourselves. And we cannot be compassionate with others unless we are compassionate with ourselves, with what Thich Nhat Hanh always taught. And Thich Nhat Hanh is, I would say, you could call him the master of peace, but he is a master of peace through compassion. And you start with the compassion with yourself, and this will be a time full of tension. And because the North Node is in Taurus, it might be very essential, whether it is on the world stage or whether it is in our private lives. It might be that there might be food shortage or water shortage, but something very essential for us. There might be some challenges, and I would say this time is a time to be reminded that challenges bring change, and this is also in my cards. These next weeks will be a time of challenges. It will be a very heated time, not only in temperature, but certainly also emotionally. And yeah, it will be a challenge to deal with those energies of nightmare. And nightmare in my cards is a card that talks about if we are overwhelmed by negative thoughts, by negative emotions, whether we are full of rage and run wild, or whether we cannot sleep at night because we are so worried. It is when we are not masters of our lives anymore, if we are not the sovereign in our lives anymore, if our emotion run the whole show, or our instincts, our fears, our rage. It is a challenging time, and that means that emotions will come up. There might be fear that will come up, there might be rage that will come up, and this is okay as long as we deal with it and not act it out immediately and not blame each other for it, because we will be tempted to be on one side or the other, but to realize that it's not about being on one side or the other. In astrology, when there are T-squares and when there are squares going on, this tension is about change, and change is needed. There is some essential change needed, whether it is on the world stage or whether it is in our private life, but there is a change needed, and it is beyond our comfort zone. And when we are put beyond our comfort zone, we tend to be outraged, we tend to be fearful, and we tend to blame others. And with Mars Uranus, there is some entitlement, and out of this entitlement even more rage or even more fear. And to step out of that and to realize this is on the surface, underneath it is about the power of change, and that some change is definitely needed, and some change in some very essential structures. It is about the earth, and in my cards there's also the Tuatha Te Danann. So this is actually beautiful. This is about the help of nature spirits, and whether you take a walk in nature and you find answers, or whether there will be new ways to deal with Mother Earth, there is some help coming in this very time full of tension. There is also Jupiter in a trine to the new moon, so there is some support coming, and there is some help coming. And Venus is in Cancer, also sextiling Uranus. So I feel like we should trust the helping forces, and we should also be ready to be a helping force for others, so that it more becomes an interaction of support rather than an interaction of blaming. And this is our choice. It will be a challenging time, but it is about change, and we should trust, and we should, from our point with Walking the Talk, do everything that it is a change for the better, because these challenging times, these times out of our comfort zone, out of our daily rut, in the end can bring some real good results if we trust, if we not get part of the game too much, if we're not too much on one side or the other, but if we see it as a movement, an adjustment, a time of adjustment and a time of something new that is born. So I hope this was helpful. Till next time, and I wish you a very peaceful new moon and a very peaceful time during these challenging weeks. Till next time, namaste.